one guest to go. She's been in the news as of late. She was supposed to fight at UFC 230 against Joanna Jedrzejczyk. Then she got moved, UFC 231. Then she got moved to UFC 230 in New York against Sijara Eubanks. Now she's back on UFC 231, December 8th in Toronto against Joanna Jedrzejczyk, currently training in California with Cris Cyborg. She's the one and only Valentina Shevchenko, and she joins us on the phone. Valentina, how are you?
Hello, Ariel. I'm good, thank you.
It's great to talk to you as always, Valentina. I really appreciate it. And I know we spoke not that long ago, but so much has happened in your life since then. It's always a roller coaster with you, it seems. So we thought that you were going to fight Joanna. Then the fight got moved to Sijara in New York, then back to Joanna. When did you first find out that all this was happening? And initially, how did you feel about it all?
Oh, it was very crazy days, very different situation because we already had one training camp, then we switched for another training camp, then we had to go back. But at the final of the day, I was feeling okay, I don't care anymore. Just let me know when you will know for sure who it will be, when it will be, what day it will be, and just let me know. I will fight them, and doesn't matter who it will be. Just let me know when you will make sure.
Were you disappointed when it went from, you get the fight in New York, but it went from Joanna to Sijara? Did that disappoint you?
It was. Of course, first I was already focusing on first on 8th of December with Joanna, and then they changed for November with Sijara. And it's two different style of opponents because Joanna, she is a striker, Sijara, she is a grappler, and it's a little bit so it's different training camps that we have to have and different sparring partners. But we already when in front of me they put a goal, I already looking for a solution. I look at what I have to do, and we start to change all the plans that we had and switch our training camp for different location. And then when I already was in there doing hard sparring because it was 1 month to go before the New York fight, and I already was in the training and my weight already went down. So, and then we get notice that looks like it will be again December 8th, and I had to relax a little bit because I still have more about 2 months. And I had to relax a little bit and take a break, change my mindset for December 8th. And now we are here, and I already focus on different dates. So it was a little bit crazy things happening, but I hope nothing will change in last time, and we will fight December 8th.
So at any point did you or your management say, hey, what's going on here? Why do you keep changing the opponent, the date? What exactly is the reason for all of this, and why am I being affected? Why can't we just stay with the original plan, which seemed to be a fight that everyone was interested in?
I could say management might could say this, but I'm a fighter. I want to fight, and of course, if someone said, okay, we have opportunities that you fight before. Okay, for me it's better because I was preparing even for September, and during this last 6 months, I'm in full training camp. I don't have any rest, then go back to the training. No, my training, it's all this time it's pretty intense. And of course I want to fight now because I supposed to fight in September, and I just need this this explosion. And but this is me, like a fighter, like a person. I don't care. I just want to fight. Give me the fight, give me the opponent, and make sure that this opponent will show up on the fight, and we will get a good fight. This is what most important for me because I'm a martial artist. I'm not the who just speaking and doing nothing. I want the action. I want speaking less, but show my action more.
Would it be fair to say in the end, though, the Joanna fight to you feels like a bigger fight, like you're more excited about that fight, that opportunity to fight her again?
It will be a good fight because I think it will be good, high-level striking fight. And like everyone knows Joanna, we know Joanna that she very responsible, and now she don't have to cut too much weight for her. Even more, she has more opportunity to relax a little bit and get her like good trainings with no cutting too much. And if before I was thinking like, oh, maybe my opponent will show up or don't show up. For now, I'm thinking this is not the problem, but what I have to be worried.
You are 3-0 against her in Muay Thai, correct?
Yes, it's right.
Will you watch those fights in preparation for this fight?
For my Muay Thai fight?
Yeah, your 3 previous fights against her. I know it's in a different sport, but will you watch those fights? Will you take anything away from those fights in preparation for this fight?
I don't even have to watch this fight because every my fight I remember very, very good. Not only with her, but I'm speaking about every my fight. And of course, it's past years from that fight, and she improved a lot. And I was not staying on the place, so it was a very good time for us. And I think it will be very nice finally to fight her in MMA rules. But I think, how I said, I think it will be very good high-level striking fight.
What years were those fights in? It's very hard to find information on those particular fights. Do you remember the years that you fought her?
Yes, first time it was World Championship in Bangkok, Thailand, 2006. Then next year it was the same World Championship, 2007. And the next year, 2008, we fought in South Korea in Seoul.
Okay, so the last time was 10 years ago and more. So a lot has changed since then.
Of course. It's not just for me, not just for her. It's for everyone, yes.
Okay. And right now you're in California, correct?
No, we just get back to Las Vegas.
Okay, but you were in California. You were training with Cris Cyborg, right?
Yes, we did. We trained with her. We did several trainings, and we plan to get more trainings together.
And how did that come about? Did she reach out to you? She, of course, is fighting Amanda Nunes. You have a history with her. And we just received some photographs of you two training together, which is a very cool sight to see. How did this all come about?
It's like we already was speaking about this like long time ago, but right now it's a good moment, good timing, because she's preparing for her fight with Amanda, and I'm preparing to my fight with Joanna. So everyone, like she and me, we need like good quality sparring partners, and this was all about it. And Joanna now she's training with Amanda, so this is
Yeah.
I think very good for us.
Yes, I like it a lot. Now, was this your first time training with Cris?
Yes.
Did you actually spar?
We did trainings. We did training sparring and like different exercises. Not only like you put and you go like free all 1 hour long, but exactly exercises what it will be helpful for the fight. And some kind of like free sparring and like all together different work.
In this photo that was released today of you two in the cage together, she looks way bigger than you. Do you have any idea how much she weighs in this photo compared to you?
I didn't ask,
Okay.
but of course was a difference because I fight in 125, she fight in 145.
Yeah.
This is obvious. We will have like a difference in weight classes for sure.
Did you enjoy the experience of training with her?
Of course, like I said, like I'm saying, like Cris, she's she's not fighter who just recently started her career. She fights a long time ago, same as me. I started my MMA career, like first fight in 2002, and then like we have all this common like experience. We have the same kind of spirit of the fight, of the training, and I like because she has the same like mindset, and she's like all about the training to make everything correct. So she has good speed, good power, and it was very nice because everyone like we are need good quality sparring partners, and when you are on the training camp you want it, you just it's very helpful for everyone for their fights.
Another training partner of yours in the past, Rose Namajunas, has 2 wins over Joanna. Will you be training with her for this camp as well?
We are still figuring out the training camp, what the like main part we're gonna do, and we are still on this. For now, I'm staying for next time, next few weeks, maybe days. I'm gonna stay in Las Vegas, and from here we will see where we go next.
Okay. And your sister, Antonina Shevchenko, is going to make her official UFC debut a week before your fight in Las Vegas against Ashley Evans-Smith. Do you like that you guys are fighting close to each other so that you can peak at the same time? Is that good for you guys?
For me, it would be the best to fight on the same event,
Oh, wow.
on the same fight card, for sure, because it will be like the same kind of preparation, and we will be in the same place. But being like so close, it's fine for me. Of course, I will be on her fight, and I will be in her corner, and then she will finish her fight. So literally on next day we will go to my fight, like all together, my team, she, my coach, and this is nice. A little bit like intensive about timing, but we will make it. We will make it because it's very important to stay each other and support each other.
Yeah, I know some siblings, like the Pettis brothers, have said they don't like to fight on the same card. So it's interesting to hear you say that you would actually prefer to fight on the same card. Hopefully, if all goes well in the future for both of your careers, you can make that dream into a reality.
Why not? Why not? Yes, for sure. It will be everything possible. So it will be very exciting for both of us to fight in the same card.
Well, I think December is one of the best months ever for women's MMA in the history of women's MMA, with your fight on December 8th and with Cyborg versus Nunes. And one good thing I would imagine, as far as you are concerned, they have another flyweight fight on the card as well. Caitlin Chookagian will be fighting Jessica Eye. So if anything happens, hopefully you finally get a fight and we finally get to see you, because I know it's been very frustrating for you. I'm sure you're very happy about that, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. Even I'm sure that this fight with Joanna will happen for sure. It's every time it's good to have some backup, and I will know that doesn't matter what, I will fight. This is the best part of it, but from other side, you have to prepare for a little bit more, not only for one your opponent, what you have, but a little bit more and like extra, just in case if something changed.
All the best to you, Valentina. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. I know I bother you guys a lot, but it's always great because you've been in the news as of late to have you on and get your side of the story. Good luck in training. Can't wait for this fight. I can't say it enough. I'm so looking forward to your fight against Joanna. I can't wait for it. So best of luck in training, and then we'll see you out there in Toronto on December 8th.
Thank you very much, Ariel. Have a good day. See you. Bye-bye.
All right, there she is. Valentina Shevchenko. Massive fight coming up on December 8th. I love that fight. Man, do I love that fight. I love both those fights. Brian Ortega versus Max Holloway in the main event for the featherweight title, and then Joanna versus Valentina. Look, I'll say it again. I feel bad for Sijara Eubanks. I think that, she was kind of a pawn in this whole thing, and she agreed to fight after Joanna agreed as well. But you cannot tell me, and if anyone is being serious, you cannot tell me that Joanna versus Valentina isn't the best fight that they could put on right now at 125. It very much is. It just is. Because of Joanna's pedigree at 115, it's just such a big fight. And it's a great way to get that division back on track because it's been a bit of a clunker thus far. It's a bit of a shame that Valentina hasn't fought, more than once this year. And the last time she fought was back in February. And then she'll fight in December. So it's, she had that massive break where she looked so good against Priscilla Cachoeira. But hopefully we will get to see her in action December 8th in Toronto at the Scotiabank Center. It's no longer the Air Canada Center. And then we get the main event between Max Holloway and Brian Ortega. All right, that does it for the interviews. Hold the music, Jake, okay? Don't get trigger happy over there. I'm just telling people what's to come. Post-show coming up in a matter of minutes. We'll be taping that, and then it will be available to you on iTunes, YouTube. And by the way, let's give a shout-out, if we can, to the great team over at ESPN, the ESPN audio team in particular, led by my man Anthony, who gets the audio. Everyone loves to bellyache about things. Change. Oh, you're so sad about change. The audio for this program on iTunes and all the other platforms is up literally in seconds after I say goodbye. And that wasn't always the case for various reasons. Not trying to knock anyone, but the system that they have over in Bristol to get this audio up is incredible. It really is. And so I want to give a shout out to the audio team led by my friend Anthony, who is manning the ship over there. They do a phenomenal job. So once this show's over, we'll tape the post show. It'll be on the audio platforms, the usual ones, ESPN app, ESPN.com, iTunes, Stitcher, etc. And that'll be with New York Rick. This show will be up on all the usual platforms. And then, if all goes according to plan, at around 5, I'll be taping an extra interview that'll be up. But I'll save the announcement for that till later. If you're listening to all this, watching all this live, you will know who it is. But I just don't want to really jinx it. We have a lot to discuss on the post show. We'll talk a little PFL. We'll talk a little UFC 230. Perhaps some Khabib-Conor news. The NAC hearing is coming up on October 24th, so that's in 2 days. Don't expect a ton of news to come out of that, but there could be some developments. There's a few other things going on. Amazing fight added to UFC 232, Tom Duquesnoy against Nathaniel Wood. I love that very much. And, of course, the UFC is back this weekend in Moncton, New Brunswick. Anthony Smith against Volkan Ozdemir. Artem Lobov against Michael Johnson. Another card in Canada filled with some solid Canadian fighters. So after a couple weeks off, the UFC back in Eastern Canada this weekend. We'll talk about that as well with New York Rick. Now you can hit my music. What a great day it has been. 2 in-studio guests. I love the in-studio guests. If I could do the entire show with in-studio guests, that would be the dream. That would be the real dream. But today, having Eddie Alvarez come in, having Michaela Mayer, having an Olympian in studio, having a Bellator champion, an Elite XC champion, a Bodog champion, a UFC champion, to anyone who thinks that Eddie Alvarez took the easy way out, that Eddie Alvarez is fading into obscurity, anyone who thinks that Eddie Alvarez made a wrong move, you are so sorely mistaken. And I'll call you a mark. Absolutely, I'll call you a mark. And also a message to all the loyal Khabib fans out there. I love you all. You guys have to be the most passionate and delusional fans in the history of mankind. I have never been criticized more about a fight from both sides. You're anti-Conor, you're pro-Conor. You're anti-Khabib, you're pro-Khabib. I don't know what to make of this whole thing. It's so confusing. I think that means I'm doing my job. But my, oh my, do you guys get upset very quickly. I love Khabib. I'm as loyal as it gets. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, my friends. We'll talk about that more on the post show. I have a lot to say about that. But for now, we shall say goodbye. Thank you to all our guests. Thank you so much to Chris Weidman, Ryan Bader, Ally Quinta, Megan Anderson, Michaela Mayer, Darren Till, Eddie Alvarez, Valentina Shevchenko. Thanks to all of you. If you missed anything, check them out. iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, all those places and more. Back next week. Until I say peace.